We intend to offend, we will offend. And if you have a delicate sensibility, click the X button in the corner, or if you're on a Mac, the red button in the left corner. Monty, welcome to the show of offending people.
Well, it never happened and I make shit up. So just, for the last couple of weeks, everyone that has asked for a reading, apparently you're all from Scotland, from Hurley in Scotland. You all live the same lives. It's very metaphysical, because we're all one. And I can't read the Akashic Records. I don't even have a card.
Welcome, everyone, to Farting Unicorn News Productions. I am joined by my comical co-host, Monty Dean. Monty Dean. Monty.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I need permission. I'm unable to stop it. Robert, let me be seen by my people.
He's being oppressed. He's being oppressed.
I tell you, the white man is trying to keep me down.
That white man from Colombia.
Yeah, a white man is trying to keep me. Sorry, I had to clarify that. Not the white man. A white man. Hello, Andrew. It's good to be here. It's the 9th of January where I am. Hello from the future. And I think 2021 has proven itself, hasn't it?
Exactly. It is proving. And as you see, our new opening graphics, thanks to all the people on our graphics team, Buzz Hansen, Camer, John, Robert, everyone that is helping us put together Farting Unicorn News Productions.
Yes, and my eyes are usually blue, but that's very sort of an olive green. So I only look out. Yeah, I'm scared in the mirror. It's like, who's that guy? He's very attractive, but who's that guy? So,
yes. Now we are going to have a comedy show today. And as a fair warning, if you have a serious stick up your ass so far that it comes out your tongue, this is not the show for you. We will be taking the piss out of everything and everyone. So if you are in the school of the left is perfect or the right is perfect, we will be insulting you today. And if you are a triggered idiot that is going to go, no, my side's better than the other side, fuck you, we are here to take the piss out of everyone. Now, both Monty and I have our perceptions of the world, and we love to make comedy our choice to do this. So be ready to be offended. We ask that you hit the like button, the share button, and spread around the world that this comedy show is here on right now.
yes, instead of actually breaking into a federal building, we just go on Zoom and make jokes. You can see the balance.
Yes, the powerful balance of we are choosing to use our voice, our sovereign expression, to take the piss out of all sides. Now, Sleepy Joe has 13 days to get 12 days to get into office. And right now we still have Trumpistan in chaos right now, as whatever has happened at the Congress and the Senate buildings is starting to have possibly long and serious effects for their iteration of truth.
Yeah, their truth, which is just a bit, well, shit, really. Because what's the sacred geometry? What is the point of that building? Because I know you mentioned the whole thing about the ritual of the energy and by cementing the energy of the election, they've already spent 4 years worth of energy and stuff like that. And I was thinking, like, I would. Oh yeah, I used to be. I'll go have a look at that, and now I'm like, I don't want to answer it. It's probably just full of dark energy and probably sapped my soul out of my body.
Well, there was a YouTube channel called Legal Eagle that talked about the election and what was actually going on in the congressional journey. And he snapped a single picture that was on one of his YouTube videos that was on the last 2 days that showed the actual box that the certified electoral college box are put into.
Yep.
And it's a full-on 100% Mason's magical box. That's the straps on it and the everything. Okay. And that is what was interrupted. The ritual of the electoral college taking it and then spending everything that it had taken during this election. The next 4 years has already been paid for. Now, in the next 4 years to come, they will continue to harvest you and pay for new projects until the next election cycle starts, and they can continuously keep the government energetically funded to do whatever it wants to do.
Which will suck. It's against the people. That's one thing I've noticed. Like everyone, the perception now is with Congress and the House of Representatives, the whole Senate and lower house, or however you say it. 90% of people are like, wow, they really do suck.
Well, they're corrupt as fuck, both sides.
Oh yeah.
You cannot say that Democrats and Republicans are separate parties because they're all bought and paid for by the same groups.
Yep, same here in Australia, where you got the same donors, and it's so Rothschilds. Like, how do you win a war? Well, you fund both sides.
Exactly, until both sides are exactly the same.
Yeah, and you make sure whoever wins pays back the debt. And I've noticed that on this planet, the only crime you cannot get away with is you have to pay the debt.
That's right.
Yeah. And I wonder if that's a as above, so below thing. And I may go a bit spiritual Karen with the prime creators, like, what free will my ass is fucking universe, galaxy, solar system, planet. Oh, but you have to pay your debt. Where was that in the contract when I signed it, you little bitch?
And that's when prime creator goes, here's your contract. Here's the fine print. Here's where you signatured and initialed the fine print.
Yeah, and then I say back to the prime creator, well, fuck you, I'm you, so you suck. I suck. There you go. Now it probably explains why this free will universe, galaxy, solar system, planet sucks.
And now the prime creator says to Karen, I want to speak to your manager.
That's me. You. Fuck.
And then Karen just explodes.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at the virility of those strapping young men. Look at that. Look. I did find it amusing. When David Rockefeller allegedly died, was it David Rockefeller? Yeah. Everyone, including the Dalai Lama, jumped for joy. It's the only person in history where everybody across the entire board, what we need to do is have compassion and love. Sir, David Rockefeller is dead. Good, I fucking hate that guy.
Pretty much, exactly. I hate that guy.
Well, if he's behind China, and we know, China, yeah, free to bet with every copy. There you go. I am the manager. I am the manager.
Exactly. I am the manager. Therefore, you must have a conversation with yourself.
Yeah. It's like, I want to meet an alien. Look in a mirror. Oh, shut up.
Now, one of the things I wanted to take the piss out of here is insurrection, sedition, and this stuff that's being put on left media news. Now, yesterday I called it a faux false flag. Okay.
Don't say that when you're drunk.
Okay. The government wasn't actually at risk for being, usually when there's a false flag or an insurrection, they kill the congressmen and the senators. Okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't going to happen. Now, I will say Trump did nothing to stop it. And technically doing nothing to stop it is a breaking of his oath. So that can be a technical version. Is it criminal? Well, people did die on both sides. that'll be determined for the next iteration of season 4's drama. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the left immediately went to insurrection, in sedition, etc. But what did the right do? They're worried that Pence and Trump aren't going to work together now. That Pence and Trump have broken, and they're going, I hope that Trump doesn't turn on Pence, but he's such a nice guy. That was what Fox News was talking about in opposition to insurrection and sedition.
Well, the interesting thing, what made a news story in the conspiracy world. Mike Pence has unfollowed Donald Trump on Twitter. Yeah, right. That's the level of that's newsworthy. Like someone clicked a button. Oh no, it's gonna end. Like, mind you, he did after he swore he banged his gavel, it's a really hefty gavel. I've got a feeling that the founding fathers just didn't want it to be interrupted. So that gavel is not like, it's about 10 times as big than anyone come. Damn you, whack.
That's not a gavel. It's a war mallet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I will strike you down. He was handed something. Someone gave him a handshake, and he was given a medallion or something. And so conspiracy went. Bah!
Well, actually, no, that was the certification that the magical ritual was done, because it has to be handed to the vice president, who's the head of the ritual organization. And if you look at Pensy Poo, he's in a whole bunch of Christian secret societies.
Yeah, and
he is 100% secret society all the way.
I just made a connection as well. The vice president is the leader of the Senate, so there's a bit of balance, isn't there? And in the Senate, he's referred to as Mr. President. Someone was angry when they came up with that. It's like, well, let's piss off the vice president. He can be called president in this room for 4 years.
But that's the ritual title.
Oh yeah, I know.
But we have to separate what is in the Constitution for the layman and what is in the Constitution for the illuminated secret society.
Yeah, I understand that. I just it sounds childish. The whole thing was like, I am the vice president. Let's call him president for 4 years. You bastards.
You bastards. Exactly.
Thanks for that. It is fascinating, the whole Constitution and just the rituals of it and just the weirdness. Now, I'm from the West. I'm in here in Australia. We have the Westminster setup, and it's almost the same. But at the same time, they've still got this weird rituals and ceremonies. Even when the Queen finally turns up to the British Parliament, where they have some guy dressed in 18th century.
Yes. Somebody in the chat room was asking, was there anything done in hold on 1 second. Hold on. If something was done during the occupation of Pelosi's office. Yeah, somebody took a dump. Several dozen offices, somebody defecated in their chairs, on their pictures, and a variety of other. How the fuck can you get up there and defecate and not leave fingerprints? Yeah, and not leave fingerprints.
So I'm wondering. So what you're saying is, right now there's some black witches saging the building, trying to get all the energy back into place.
That's a good way to put it. And if we want to have a little fun with it, it's not just black witches saging and stuff. It's wizards with toolboxes trying to put together the construct.
There's an ad. Do you have our malfunctioning rituals place? Then come to Wizard Mechanics. Hi, we've heard your sacrifices aren't working quite well. Maybe you need to rejig the alignment of the stones.
You're the handy wizard.
Yeah, the handy wizard. Don't you just hate it when you're sacrificing a 6-year-old boy and it doesn't go quite right?
And the energies just won't transfer? Call Handy Wizard.
Now, you don't want to upset the demon that you're trying to invoke through a portal. You want to have that connection correct.
Exactly. And now for a limited time offer, we will give you something special.
And don't forget our 2-for-1 deal, where we do home office and
ritual site.
Yeah.
Now, you imagine the bill that's going to come from bringing the energy construct back.
Yeah.
There's some wizard contractor going, this shit ain't going to be cheap. Going to be a lot of overtime. Yes, I know this is government work, but you're going to have to pass a whole law just for this one.
Yeah, this is going to take a while, people. It's really fucked up, man. What did you have go through here? Haven't you been watching the news? Oh, no, I don't watch the news.
It's all fake.
I write the news.
It's all fake. Exactly.
Sean in the chat room, does your satanic ritual look outdated? Does it need a good new look? We can bluster it up for you. We can use the bedazzler using crystals.
That's good. All right. So now that we've stepped on the toes of the left and the right, we want to take some suggestions from our audience. Monty, why don't you prod the audience with a crowbar and see what we can pull out of them?
Oh, well, just before we do that, the whole left-right paradigm, when you've got extremists, like it's like a horseshoe and the idiots meet at the end. So they're almost touching, but they're still in their fucked in the head stage. So
right. They haven't reached the dragon eating its own tail stage.
Yeah, it's not the Ouroboros just yet. It's like that's how you get the wonderful thing about the energy farm that we live on. Earth. It's so much better to be stuck in a loop. Just on, when you lean back on a chair and you catch yourself, just instead of falling off, leaning forward and sitting properly, or falling over, it's just that tipping point, and that's where you get the good energy. You call it kicking the can down the road, and so leads to a question for people in the chat. Well, it's a two-pronged question. Like, what do you see happening in 2021, and what don't you see happening in 2021? Well, actually, no, we have to do that separately because we're all intermingled. But what's the most insane thing that you could see? What's the most insane thing that could happen in 2021, where everything is possible but nothing is real? No solar flashy. Well, yeah, well, there'll be solar flashes, but not the one that we're talking about. Yeah, so alien distraction. Nothing. If we could only have a year off. Can you imagine the Team Dark? All right, chaps, we've been going for a while. Let's just take 12 months off and see what happens.
So somebody was saying somebody in the office getting shot. Well, with the amount of charge and polarity, there's a high potential that somebody in the cabinet might get offed.
Yeah, you'll notice, like, no disrespect to the loss of human life, not good. However, it probably won't be someone that important.
But it wouldn't matter to the left.
Oh no,
it could be Joe Schmo's second cousin's roommate. 5 degrees of separation from a cabinet member. Okay.
Yeah, of course Biden will sniff more. Yes, evil white sniffer. Yeah.
Well, I think somebody is saying we're going to skip season 3. Well, some parts of season 3 might leak out.
Yeah, well, because the way you explain it is that it's like a timeline branch, a branch line, as they call it in the railways. You got the main line, and then you have a branch going out.
Right, a loader line.
Yeah. So on the branch line, they'll get to a point and realize this doesn't work, but they still have to do it. So that's why they're skipping it. So they've played out a play, an experiment, and gone back to they know how everything works out. then gone back to the start of it with that knowledge and trying to move forward that way.
But at the same time, they realized that it was so bad that branch line has to be uncreated so shit doesn't leak out.
Yeah. Thank you, Robert. What happened to season 3? Marty, what's going on?
Right.
How much did I drink last night?
Right. It's like, you're watching a series and then you skip a couple years and you come back and you're like, hey, why is there no season 3? And it goes from season 2 to season 4. Well, it's not available on this network.
There was rights problems. It didn't work out well in the boardroom.
Mm-hmm. Didn't work out exactly. Somebody stormed the boardroom.
Yeah, I'm wondering if because from your recommendation, I watched the starred Skinwalker Ranch TV show. It could have been condensed into a 2.5 hour movie, but let's not bring that up. It seems I see the difference between documentary and reality TV, where documentary documents real life, and reality TV, it's all these awkward conversations where I know we're being filmed, so let's do something. Yep, sounds like a plan. Alrighty then, let's go over there. And it's like, by the way, we found evidence for aliens. What? No. So. But and also it took so long. They had to fill 8 episodes. I'm like, the first 20 minutes is repeating.
Right, they had to make it dramatized. But then again, that's a reflection of reality TV. It's scripted from ground up. There is no reality to it other than it's scripted. Okay.
Yeah, and especially I guess it's also designed for the basic level of the general public that have no idea. So if it's a starting off point, they would freak out. But our level is like, just get on with it. Meet the Greys, for God's sake. We know they're there.
Like there's an episode where he went to go lift up that cap to the well and then got zapped by radiation in the tip of his finger. That took 3 episodes to play out.
Yeah, I know. And then it wasn't there, and so what basically what is happening? Where is it? Because if things appear and disappear, like there's radiation and then there's not, and then is it just realities flicking through over?
No, that was directed radiation weapon. But the reason I told you to watch it, it was soft disclosure on steroids, and that was absolutely one of those preparation shows. Preparation H shows for the puckered butts.
Yeah, and that's the problem with me. It's like I've seen this. I've gone through that operation. I do not need that doctor to put the glove back on again.
Exactly. I've been anally probed by enough aliens already to know.
Yeah. Well, I remember breaking out of their hold and killing one of them. They kind of left me alone after that.
Yes.
Yeah. When the humans fight back, yeah. Leave the cranky one alone.
So for anybody that's out there, if you haven't seen that particular episode, that series, Skinwalker Ranch, I recommend that you watch it because it is a soft disclosure on steroids for the puckered asses. It's more than enough to prove that the shit's real. Okay.
Yeah, and it can be part of your arsenal when you're talking arsenal. Collection of weapons, not arse. That when you talk to people, it's like, having conversations with new people, like, and they say, I wonder if aliens exist or UFOs exist, and I instantly think, wow, you're back there. We're trying to figure out if it's ours. So there's a timeline there. But you can use the Skinwalker Ranch TV show as examples because they use all scientific material and experiments, because it's that the mainstream scientific method where they'll probably dismiss Andrew completely because they can't prove what you're doing apart from when you're constantly right. So you can actually use Skinwalker. It's like, well, what about this? Well, in this show they did this and it's documented, so it's a good way of prying open the programming of So, like, I find atheists funny because they don't believe they exist, because we're all God
Yes.
So,
The
yeah.
atheists are going to have a much harder time than the Christians.
Yeah. Oh, remember when we went through like if disclosure happened tomorrow, and like 17 things that happened,
Yes.
and we got to the point where the Christians and the Jews and the Muslims all freak out, and then we got and the atheists, because they'll turn to religion and they'll see they're freaking out as well.
Exactly.
So they get the double freak out. Oh my, wow, there is God. And then you hit the religion. There is no God. Our God is fake. And I'm like, I hate to be an atheist. I'm just saying, believe in something.
Mm-hmm. The worms will not consume you when you're dead, and you'll be just a memory in those that you lived with.
Yeah, well, to me, that's just like, why have children then? Why pass on the pain?
Because they're not taking responsibility to the beings of how larger beings that they are.
Yeah, a virus with shoes, as Bill Hicks would say.
Virus with shoes. Exactly.
Yeah, and science has turned into a religion, because I can't remember. I would like to know when. It was probably in the 20th century, where science used to be, wow, let's look at nature and see how it works. And now it's, let's control nature and make it our bitch.
Well, science is politics' bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to listen to me. So you have to believe Andrew. He's wearing a white coat.
Yes, a lab coat today.
Science is sexist. Well, yeah. It's funny where the whole trans community and everything else like that, where free will, it's fine, but we're told that gender is made up, but the science is settled on climate change. Well, you can't have but either science is made up or it's settled. It's sort of in the between. It's settled till it's proven wrong. That's the old school way of doing science. We believe this, but what about this? Oh, fascinating. And expand, like even Einstein, where his theory of relativity, his wife said, you got it wrong. So now he's got his special theory of, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Einstein was open enough to, if someone had a better idea, he would go with it, because he was that level of scientist.
Mm-hmm. Well, considering his wife wrote most of his theories too.
Yeah. Ladies.
Okay. And the person that's asking, the TV show, it's the TV show Skinwalker Ranch on History Channel. The other was Skinwalker Ranch that was done by George Knapp, who had visited there many, many times. That's a different movie.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that got through, because usually when mainstream, or when these things are made, that they twist it and like, apart from K-Pax, name a movie or TV show where aliens are good. Yeah.
That's a tough one. E.T.
Well, E.T., yeah.
There are some out there. There are some out there. Not many, but the majority of them are bad because they need the villain.
Yes, yeah, it's like Mac and Me. I think I've seen Mac and Me. It's because it was, remember, for about 5-10 years, it was the whole alien invasion routine, like the Battle of Los Angeles, where see, that's an interesting story. What, 41 was it? It was before World War II, when the United States ended World War II, and an alien in a UFO was trolling the Los Angeles, because they kept firing at it. It was just there.
That was in World War II. Yeah.
It was during World War II. Okay.
Yeah.
They spilt their their Arcturus coffee onto the dashboard, and the cloaking device
misfires exactly.
And then it's like, oh crap! And then they brought in, so that's 7 hours of them being fired at, which is probably about 6 minutes in their reality, trying to fix the chameleon circuit and get out of there.
Exactly. Well, the fat finger on the cloaking device happens quite often.
Yeah. Well, remember, what was about a week ago? Timeline crap, but there was 3 or 4 videos of UFOs, asteroids, meteor stuff, where like the one I think in West Virginia, it looked like the Futurama ship had the handbrake on, trying to, and slowly just head toward, and like if it's, because I mean the distance it looked slow, but it was probably moving really fast.
Yeah.
But that thing had to land, and why wasn't where was the landing site
and where was the where was the explosion exactly?
Yeah, explosion, and no one in the media pointed that out. Like, where's the town of Smith? I don't know. It was here yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I think it was in Los Angeles. The asteroid stopped. It sort of expanded out to a mini galaxy, and then starting to spiral. It's like the Greys are drunk again.
Yes, the Greys are using fireworks again.
Yeah, it's like, all right, Timmy, I'm just going to take you out for a spin in the new UFO. You're on your L plates. It's time to learn how to fly a UFO. No, don't press that. Don't press that. Oh, dear God, stop pressing all that.
Yes, don't hit that button.
Because it's just weird where it separated and then it started to sort of do donuts and and if you remember the Norway spiral, which that was, I don't know if it's someone, big dick energy showing off, look what we can do. But this one, it was like, no. They kept doing everything wrong.
Well, the irony, Obama had just landed in Norway when the spiral showed up.
Yeah, I know. And he was winning a Nobel Peace Prize for being black.
Whatever, it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
But that the irony of that happening all at that moment.
Yes, sorry, I got to say it in South Africa. Being blick. Yeah. Gotta watch not Loaded Weapon. That's the parody. Lethal Weapon. I haven't seen that for a while.
So somebody's asking me now. Somebody's asking me if there are space drugs. Yes.
Oh yes.
Wait till you see an Arcturian hooked up on coke.
Actually, that's Torchwood 3, the Children of Earth. The alien species are called the 456 because that's the frequency they contact with, but they take 8-year-olds or 10-year-old children and just hook into them because of the pre-hormonal. The whole thing is instead of elevation and enlightenment, the kids produce chemicals and they get high off them. It's like, oh, that's a bit dark.
the darkness that is there. So somebody's asking if there's space drug addicts. Yes, there's space drug addicts and space drug dealers.
Well, yeah.
Just because you're higher density and dimension doesn't mean you don't have corruption and people looking to explore.
Oh, did you say dimension or demented?
Dimensional dimension.
Yeah, okay, yeah, all right, yeah. Because, that sort of explains what's happening on Earth, because there's that whole loose DNA market.
Yes.
You got any more of that loosh, dude? It's really nice.
That was the best loosh I had in a long time.
Like one of my bylines for Planet Collingwood is like tainting loosh since 2015.
Exactly. Tainting loosh since 2015. I like that.
Yeah, because if you do have to energy harvest me, I'm going to put a bit of comedy and love in there just to fuck you up.
Because that's what we do.
Yeah, why not? And it's allowed. So I wonder if the planet really, it's like, yeah, come here and you play with the whole farm and stuff. But at some point, you motherfuckers are leaving.
That you bitches are out of here.
Yeah. I'll allow humanity have free will, so they have the choice of freeing themselves and becoming greater than. Strike me down, and it'll become more powerful than you could imagine.
Right, and another Star Wars quote. With Trump inciting his riot, which he did. I know you don't believe that, but when they tried gladiatorial combat, we're coming for you. They're absolutely words of incitement. Now your failure is complete, Trump.
Well, interesting enough, with my roundtable, I put it on YouTube, and I usually put a comedic type of title in there. And the title for last week's show, 3 days ago, was US Election Day 64. Will this be a day long remembered? I will. Yes, is the answer. Because my show goes to air at 2 a.m. Wednesday mornings, and so this it was 8 hours before all the insanity happened. So we were predicting it, and it's the I misquoted the great line from Star Wars. It's a long day remembered. This day will be long remembered. It was the end of Obi-Wan, and it'll be the end of the rebellion. It Darth Vader says that. So
yes, this will be the end of Q.
Yeah. Wait. Did you say you or Q?
I said Q, the end of Q.
Yes. Oh, I thought of another name for Biden. I'll probably use a lot. He's please welcome the Chinese ambassador, Joe Biden.
Oh yeah, what happened to all the prediction JFK Jr. was coming back?
They're still there.
You know, man, this summer JFK. I can't tell you how many people popped into the show, and the only thing they wanted to know is when JFK Jr. is coming back. And I said, never. He's dead.
Well, I'm sure his soul essence is doing something, but he's not coming back.
I'm dead, ass. He's like, I'm dead, assholes.
Yeah, he's an 8-year-old girl in Tibet. I'm like, leave me alone. That you're living in the past.
You're living in the past. You have attachments to me. Okay. Okay, guys. What were some of the predictions from spring and summer that never came to pass? Let's reach into your Rolodex of shit that happened, that was going to happen. And then the other Kennedy, the other Senator Kennedy, he was going to sign everything, and the arrests are coming.
Yeah, the arrests, alien invasion, asteroids. I still maintain it's Zeus with a hockey stick. Take that, models. And NASA proves itself. It's just completely insane. Where we've mapped out
pedo arrests, exactly.
Yeah. The 3 days, the 10 days, the 12 days blackout.
Uh-huh. Free and honest elections.
Someone it was Racerfist on Twitter. Someone said, what in the last 10 years, what have you lost faith in, or what is something that you believed in 10 years ago that has completely changed today? And all he did was said was voting. So yeah.
The other thing that the arrest, Gisera, all that's going to happen. Trump will never. He'll have a second term.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we may have 13 days left, but 14 days from now, I will say, guess what? Trump won't be in office, and there will be no mass arrests, will there? Okay, no. The other one, the Pope is leaving office because of a prophecy.
The Queen's dead.
The Queen's dead like 5 different times.
Yeah, she's probably dead inside.
She's probably getting ready to wear another green shirt and see, well, what will they do with me now?
Yeah. I mean, her husband does look like death warmed up. He is 94, and he looks like Emperor Palpatine after the battle with Mace Windu.
Exactly.
It's like sunken eyes and like, what movie is he from? type thing. The red shirts that show up. I just thought Star Trek. Every time the red shirts are here. Ooh, yeah. There's a meme actually where Captain Kirk is telling 3 guys in a red shirt, just dig 3 graves over in that hill, and I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why in a couple of minutes. It's quite funny because they couldn't kill the star. So the thing in Star Trek is if you used to wear a red shirt, you'll probably die.
Oh yeah, that. And then the other big thing, they said med beds are coming. Med beds are coming.
Yeah. See, all this stuff they want to happen, and it probably will happen, and we're manifesting it. It's not in the Trump model, it's in the graduation model. The thing is, most of this stuff will break the control mechanism that the planet's in, because we're that close. Any of this type of stuff with technology, it's open floodgates of, well, why can't we do this? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do this? And I'm sure there's other ways of sapping energy from the planet. However, the New World Order won't have any control because everyone's got their, if I have a Tesla energy machine and a replicator from Star Trek, I'm kind of fine.
You know what I think we should do? We should go to a wholesale bed manufacturer and find a bed with a USB plug and title it "Med Bed for Sale."
Yeah, it's like,
and see how many people buy it.
Yeah, mainly erotic delusion beds.
For the learner. For the loner out there.
For the learner out there. Like it's popped up occasionally now that Sydney Watson, she's half Australian, half American. She's in Texas at the moment. She moved to DC and like, yeah, this place sucks. So she went to Texas and feels quite at home. But she did a 20-minute video on how OnlyFans is basically preying on how everyone's lonely. And it's interesting where there's that disconnection of you can be totally social on, it's the keyboard warrior aspect as well, where the internet is a different reality. And so you can say anything you want because there's hardly any repercussions. But when you leave your door, you're a completely different person.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. You leave your door as a completely different person. Exactly that whole internet persona thing. The handle is you.
Yeah. And I shared a meme with Eric forgot that he wasn't on the internet because he's a small man with glasses and very wimpy, and he just said a lot to a quarterback. You talking shit, motherfucker? Eric forgot he wasn't on the internet.
Exactly. Forgot he wasn't on the internet. Exactly.
What I find interesting as well, it's popped up occasionally. I'm amazed there isn't more school shootings because of all the bullying and just the whole social reaction to, making fun of it. Maybe I'm watching too much television and movies. But, why would anyone this day and age in high school bully anyone? Because, motherfucking can just go home, get their dad's gun and come back and shoot you.
Yes. I decided to move chairs, everyone. My other chair just wasn't being comfortable for me today.
That's so Star Trek chair. I like that.
Yes. Lean back a little bit here and just relax. Now, I want to say something about school shootings. It became passé for the New World Order to have school shootings because it did not give them the ratings they wanted.
No.
It only inflamed the conspiracy world to put out more shit faster than they could process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like and it's been even Sandy Hook is still a touchy subject for a lot of people, including conspiracy world, where the only thing I've seen that I know something's a bit weird about Sandy Hook is I watched a bit of footage and it just looked like 50 people were doing a lap, and they're in the background. There was ambulances. And so this is like a day or two after the shooting, apparently. And you just got the same crisis actors walking in a circle. And so you have a camera shot. And if you watch for 45 seconds, you see the same people come back into frame. And so they're just doing laps type thing. And yeah, see, I really don't need to find out, but if you find one, it's something's weird going on. But you get into so many multiple things of like, there is a school shooting, but event A happened in that, and so they have to, like, as I was telling you on a private call about the moon landing.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the moon, but who knows what happened because we were showing something else. It's not so easy cookie cutter black and white. We went to the moon, we didn't go to the moon. Yeah, but 17 Shades of Grey, where they went to the moon, met the aliens, said hello, blah 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 blah. We are the moon. I like that. I'm the moon, and so is my wife.
The greater journey is they did go to the moon, and they just cut out the shit they didn't want you to know about.
Yeah. Even my logical mind of like, yeah, and also who knows? It's like, dare I say, the flat earthers are using NASA facts to prove there's a flat Earth, that NASA's lying.
Yes, I know. It's such a backwards, fucked up situation.
Yeah. Well, if the planet's blah blah blah, who told you that? NASA, but they're lying. shut up. You know, that NPC meme. Where,
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that. And of course, NASA, never a straight answer. So
Yeah, well, never a straight answer will not give you a straight answer.
yeah. It's like, is it Richard Dolan or no, who's the other chap? Not Falco. That was the his wife. There's a famous guy that knows NASA, and he combs through all the stuff, and you can see like there was glass domes on the moon in the video. But who knows if someone's could be doing a psyop from decades ago where they've manipulated stuff back then, and then Richard Hoagland, thank you very much, with a good heart, and finds this evidence. You know what I mean? It's not them. They found this evidence, which is a 99.9 truth, but there's an element of you know what I mean? Where like, who knows anymore? And obviously we'll end up go inside and create a reality and become a sovereign being, which is your legacy and birthright.
Amen, brother. Preach to the choir. Preach to the choir.
I do have to, like, my comedic brain, every time you say aho, are you trying to start a fight with me? You are aho. What's the actual meaning from that? Obviously it's better than amen or a woman. So
aho is a native indigenous American term, meaning we are in agreement and let it be truth and praise.
Yeah.
It's an affirmation.
Okay. Yeah. So like on Battlestar, so say we all. It's
say we all.
Yeah. It's just, I giggle when I sometimes hear aho. But that's me. It's my problem. It's like, what?
Well, you are a hoe a little bit. You're a conspiracy hoe.
No, I'm a slut. Hoes get paid. Hermit hoe.
Yeah, you're a hermit hoe.
Yes. Hermit United. Only 3 years till our next meeting. Lock it in.
Now, last year we went really off on Hermits United and Hermits, the Hermit 10, the 12-step Hermit process. I think we did that was just before the election. We did that one.
Yeah, I think whenever Andrew and I are in the same building and we do sort of a convention type thing, we should call it Hermits Unite.
Yes, the Hermits Convention.
Yeah, Hermits Convention. It's like, it's good to see you all. You are all real.
I can touch you. I know many of you may not want to be touched, but yes. I need to know this for my own reality. That you're not just a keyboard image.
Yeah, you're not a bot.
You're not a bot. You're not a Russian bot.
Yeah, or you are. Welcome to the conspiracy part. Like, you could be a bot where you're just,
exactly.
You're an NPC, and if life is a video game, and there are people without souls, and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh.
Can you imagine the CIA agent that's given the task to come to the Hermits United conference? So here's your cover.
It's the classic greetings, my fellow students. Yeah. Stick out like.
So if you were a CIA agent given the task to go and watch a Hermits United convention, what would your storyline be?
Well, the FBI is terrible at it because they keep trying to get people to blow things up, and everyone's like, "What's wrong with you? We ain't like that, you fool." No, I don't need a pipe bomb. I'm writing a letter.
Hermits causing COVID.
Which is kind of ironic because hermits have been social distancing for years. Do I type like a robot?
Yes, you type like a robot.
And well, yeah, a hermit is a bit sexist though, because it's her mit. So I'm a his mit. Thank you, Eileen.
Yes, so, you must have that gender identification in the his mit.
Yeah. No, before that's one thing that Tulsi Gabbard brought up, where instead of the whole stimulus package and $2,000 for everybody, they removed words like mother, father, sister, brother from being spoken in the chamber. It's like, yeah, okay. We're supposed to you really idiots.
She's been ironically silent the last several months.
Well, she can't really do much because I'm sure she had the talk of like, shut up. And she got pushed out, and she's ex-military, so she knows she can't really go around. She has to let things play out, and if you've got a battle going on of your different factions, it's like wait for the battle to calm down and then move forward. Also, she doesn't hitch her star to the DNC establishment, and she waited to see if they crumbled, but she's still she's still part of the fold. But if Trump had a sweeping win, everything else like that, she could have been the savior for the party by going, yeah, all these people are idiots and corrupt and get rid of them. So,
well, I still say she's been, whatever reason she's been silent. She's been silent, and will she make a return? We shall see. Will she see how Sniffin' Jones' lame dunk presidency turns out?
I see your Gabbard, but I raise you a Sanders.
Ooh, a Sanders Gabbard connection.
No, just where's Bernie? Like, I mean, he would have a field day.
He spoke just a little bit ago during the opening, where he was railing on Trump for the $2,000 stimulus check. So he came out. Yeah.
I can do an impression of Bernie, but I like Stephen Crowder's version of Bernie Sanders, where it's Guilford Godfrey. Okay, what we need to do. it's like yeah, Jewish man, yes, but I do find it. Do you think anyone will trust him if he runs again? Because it's like, yeah, you've done this twice, Bernie, where you get to a certain point, you raise all this money, and then I'm quitting. Thanks for the cash. No refunds. I'm going to one of my many houses.
He'll be how old?
I don't know. He had
83. 83.
Yeah. And he's already had a heart attack as well. So that's not really good. See, that's the one thing, like, just from physicality. We have Joe Biden. Like, Trump can do 17 hours at a rally, and Joe has problems standing up.
Yeah, but Trump may be able to do 17 hours at a rally, but he can't hold focus enough to sit into an hour-long meeting.
Well, Joe could fall asleep during an hour-long meeting. So, yeah, I understand. Because, Donald's on vitamins. So we'll see, yeah.
Methamins.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she's a Hindu. I think she's not part of the big three. So
that's funny. Tulsi. Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard. I get it. Yeah. She's on a new path.
She's got four arms. So she has 4 arms on her 4 arms. So does that make it she has 16? No.
So yeah, Ron Paul audit the Fed was fun. That was never going to happen though.
No, it's only been 113 years.
Yes. And there'll be another 113 years before they audit the Fed.
Yeah, 107 years. My math's bad. Just even doing that. This is the fun part of how they're freeing humanity. Sure. But as I said yesterday, the man with a stick doesn't care about your piece of paper.
Right. They're freeing humanity one cow at a time.
How big's the herd? 7 to 20 bean.
Yes. What do you mean they're freeing the cow? Yes. They're sending him to the slaughterhouse.
I didn't have this thought of doing it, but I can see why the stupid idea of mass murder and like life is pain and you can go to heaven. So why don't I just go around and shoot everybody? free will obviously is the first thing of like, no, don't do that. But some crazy nutbag is like, oh, but this is the reason that I'm killing everyone. I'm freeing them from their pain, and they're going to meet God. No.
Thanks, Ryan. 50 Shades of Conveyor Belts. And then the token cow. Thank you, Eileen Sully, for that one. The one token cow gets freed.
Yeah. Oh, like Thanksgiving, where the president pardons a turkey.
Yes. The one cow gets pardoned from the herd.
Yeah. Look, am I not merciful? That one cow out of 20 billion.
He was a good cow.
Yeah, good cow. Yeah.
He had lots of potential to lead the herd, and we freed him.
Utter savior.
Exactly, our utter savior. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, dear me. So let's still, go ahead.
We're at a point here where we've got to engage the audience. So if you are listening on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, or anywhere else and want to become part of the conversation here in the Zoom room, Robert is going to put up some information of how you can enter the Zoom room. We are going to be opening up to callers in just a little bit here. So for those people that are already in the room and want to have a comedical conversation with them, go ahead and raise their hand. So if you are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, go to zoom.us, enter the meeting number 911-001-1974, and the passcode is 457-500. And if I'm speaking too fast for you, the information is on the screen. You can also call it via your phone. All the information is there for you. So come one, come all. Hit the like and smash button. Smash the like button and hit subscribe. So everyone, we've reached virtually the 1 hour mark. And for those of you who don't know what it takes to be comical for one straight hour without a break, Monty was going to give you a piece of his mind.
Was I?
Yes, as I am now passing the comical torch to you of how hard it is to remain comical for one straight hour when most comics do it for 9 minutes.
Yes, yeah, with the whole improvisation, or if they're playing theatre sports or Whose Lines It Anyway, you have a framework. But Andrew and I just turn up and go, so stuff, eh? And we just ride the energy out. It's usually an hour, and then we're like, oh, I'm tired.
Yes, we've reached that point where I don't know what else I can make funny, and then shit just comes in its own way.
Yeah, and we meet up half an hour beforehand, and we walk the fine line of trying not to make each other laugh. It's like,
exactly. Save it for the show.
Yeah, should have seen us in the green room. We're awesome. We suck now, but before.
Yes. So has anybody raised their hand, or we got a bunch of chicken shits today? Oh, full motherfucking chicken shits.
Yeah, there's four heroes.
All right, let's look at these 4 heroes and pick from one of those heroes. And all you other zeros out there will just have to sit.
Galaxy S10, Signal 10 mute.
Galaxy S10, are you there?
Andrew.
Hi, where are you calling from?
Claire's Home, Alberta.
Claire's Home, Alberta. Welcome to the show. Are we making you laugh today?
Yeah, most definitely.
What are we making you laugh about?
Well, a lot of things you say, I can't remember anything because I'm I'm nervous. I'm on the spot. So bear with me. But
the joy of talking to us. Oh, it's
right?
like March last year where the lockdowns happened and the draconian measures for the virus kicked in, and half the conspiracy world's like, oh shit, it's real.
Now what? Fuck. Yeah, now
exactly.
What? Oh shit, it's real.
Exactly. But I just wanted to share about so what was it, yesterday? No, January 1st, or was it your first show? Anyway, there was a very magical moment that happened. And when that magical moment was happening, just in the beginning, I was laughing. I had this deep laughter and tears because it was like the magic of that moment just made the daily grind and the of life. It just made all that just seem so absurd. So I just wanted to say thanks for that, because that was a really cool moment.
That's
But,
basically the idea. Apart from Andrew and I having fun, and we've invited everyone to come and watch, it is to break up that energy. Just to like, what's a good way? Scraping the ice off your windscreen, if that makes sense. Where you have that release of comedy. The comedy breaks through the energy, and you have that release, and you, dare I say, doing a hint of shadow work, where it's like, well, this is what I'm doing, and I'm trying to be a good person, and I have to deal with my neighbor. Oh, look, I'm laughing, and there's that you raise your vibration because you're laughing away. That's kind of what stand-up does. The psychological thing is you can laugh about subjects you usually don't talk about, and it's one way of transmuting that energy.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, I had a funny thing I thought of recently, and I was going to share it with you. So I recently had a bunch of dental work done, and we've all been to the dentist, and it's not fun. But I've noticed, like, in general, my dentist is like just the most boring person in the world. And I got to thinking, like, maybe that's a really good thing, because like nobody wants a really cool dentist, is what I'm trying to say. Like, nobody wants a dentist who like partied his way through dentist school and like just barely got by with C's. They want,
Right.
you know.
You don't want a Breaking Bad dentist.
Exactly.
You don't want a comedian as a dentist as well, because
Exactly.
he's drilling the back tooth and he makes you laugh.
Exactly.
That's going to end badly.
Yeah. That also makes for a boring dentist. That's yeah.
But yeah, you still can be is stoic the right word, but boring and have an awesome dentist is like, I'm not okay, we're just going to do this, we're going to make your teeth better, and you may feel some pain, but in the end you'll be awesome. See, that monkey's good. It's got very small hands, can get to the back. That's why here in Australia anyway, some people like going to Asian dentists because of the hand structure. They can actually get in. You don't want someone like, Shaquille O'Neal in there because his hand's the size of a basketball. It's like, oh. Sorry. Hey,
sorry
Polly,
about that.
my dentist breaks out in show tunes. Well, hopefully he doesn't have the full costume, because that would be scary.
Hello, my darling. Hello, my baby. Oh, look, we found a rotten molar here.
That's $2,000.
Your dentist is your proctologist too. Damn, Alan.
Oh wow. Oh no. Oh, that's no.
What medical school did he go to?
Oh, thank you.
Well, you have hemorrhoids, so we're just going to go through the throat.
Yes.
What was the good joke?
We're gonna put teeth implants in your hemorrhoids.
There's this old show. It's called what's it called? Fucking Osmosis Jones, right?
Yes.
And the cells are talking to each other, right? One of the cells says, "I'm gonna go down the hemorrhoid section, get myself a good lawyer."
That is an awesome film. It's half animation, half real life. It's Bill Murray and Chris Rock is Osmosis Jones. And the idea is that Bill Murray's body is like a city, the city of Frank. And William Shatner is the mayor. And they're all, the police are white cells. And then David Hyde Pierce is a pill to an actual pill, not a pain. He's been infected by a virus, and the virus is trying to get better by killing people quicker. And it's a comedy, and I like it. It works. It's fascinating where
as far as humor, like your body, using your body, and we always like to laugh at ourselves, right? So like there's so many innuendos and jokes to make about physicality and whatnot when your characters are little pieces of the human body,
Well, yeah, all the germs of the mafia. So, like, take this cell and impact him on, a pimple on the face. like you're gone, motherfucker. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. That's the nightclub. The nightclub was the pimple. Was the zit.
Yeah. So yeah, it's. I think it's over 10 years old. But a really good idea. So, if it resonates with you, watch it. It's worth seeing once to just see the humor of it, and it's like, it's not the same as Roger Rabbit, but it's a mixture of animation and live action, and it works really well.
Yeah, absolutely. If we're gonna start talking about shows, one thing I wanted to bring up too was the Star Trek. in the new Star Trek Discovery. It like started it off a little weird, but the latest season has been pretty grand as far as sci-fi things. But it like
I thought it was total garbage.
That was garbage.
Yeah.
What made you think it was garbage?
The fact that Michael Burnham is whispering whenever she wants to go. When Super serious, she whispers, puts her head sideways on her shoulder like that.
Right.
Track, whiny fucking dialogue.
Right. Yes,
Yeah.
that's terrible. I do hate that about the show as well. How she like, you know how like the Spore Drive is kind of the Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
But like she's the Deus Ex Machina and her emotional bullshit. It's like
right.
Yeah, she cries every episode.
Exactly.
13 episodes.
Whiny cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, the characters aren't I can't connect with them. They're annoying and whiny, and it's like, oh man.
Yeah, she's a Star Trek Karen.
Yeah.
Right.
And
yeah.
I don't mind watching it as a sci-fi show with its problems. I'm just wondering why it's called Star Trek. Because it's not this
it's not Star Trek.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like they're focused on the emotional things and not the logical scientific things. The logical scientific things.
The thing is, to make it a good Star Trek thing, you don't need any of that. You just need an adventure story and techno babble in between, and get rid of the goddamn holodeck. The fact that they ended the season with another holodeck disaster success story. Oh my God, it's just garbage.
What my biggest gripe, so I was okay with most of it, like the emotional stuff, like they reel me in, they get me sometimes, like, but like the end of it, the very end of it, first of all, the uniforms, oh my goodness, that was atrocious. Those gray uniforms was gross, terrible. But then Let's Fly, that's her cliche, like warp speed thing, Let's Fly. It was
engage,
like,
and
I told my buddy I was with, it was like they took all that awesome sci-fi stuff that just happened, and then with Let's Fly they just crumpled all that up and threw it in the garbage.
Yeah, it's like a high school play that's been given $1 billion budget.
yeah, nailed it. Yeah, that's it.
And it's just like, where's Starfleet? Really? I mean, my pet peeve is the character, not the actress, the character of Tilly. Apart from she's 16, but Starfleet regulations, she would have to go on a diet and an exercise regime because she's just a little bit too plump. And
let's not forget that Starfleet was like the military.
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, where science is like, why do you have military structure then? Like captain and everything else like that. And I'm a Starfleet officer. Oh, look at me, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Oh, they had an episode about that where she had to like run and fucking trying to get into the command training program. She had to run her laps, and she was like,
I think she actually lost weight, and they put her in a fat costume.
Oh wow.
That's what I think.
They're really pandering, try to like to make everyone feel comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yes, I think they put her in a stuffed fat suit.
Yeah. Because there's that filter. I don't know if it's Instagram, but there is a filter where you take a photo and it makes them really large and obese. And someone did that for Tilly, and like, the Beatles one is fantastic. Someone's put the Beatles that have aged and put on weight. And it's just so funny. They're all, I think it's a photo from 1966, but they're all got gray hair and they're all chubby. And it's like, oh, that's scary. I'm glad they didn't do that. Because like Ringo Starr looks awesome for his age.
Ringo Starr? I don't even know. What does he look like? I don't know what Ringo Starr even looks like.
Well, he's the difference is he's gone bald compared to what he was in the 60s. He's aged, obviously, but he's still got the same body shape. And even Paul McCartney's got the same body shape, even if it is the second one.
I got that one, yep.
Yeah, well, fall Paul. And I don't know, Andrew, do you want to touch that one? No. No. It really... Because, obviously, if he was changed, it's like it's done very well because the second one has still written stuff. Yeah, there's Ringo. Like, he's just a little bit wrinkly. He's not going bald. Sorry, he's that's the only difference. But with Paul, he still performs live, and he's written stuff and everything. If it is not the original Paul, it's like a physical walk-in, if I can say it that way. It's like It's
Right.
because apparently it was
It's
67.
like an inverted, like the opposite of a walk-in, sort of.
Yeah, it's like, well, we lost the avatar, so we'll just bring in another avatar. And it's been over 40 years. I think he's, I don't know, 50, 57, 53 years. He's very good at what he does. He can still do a 2-hour show and sound like the original Paul. That's the weird thing about conspiracy. It's a massive, it's a rabbit hole. Yeah, but the rabbit hole can be the size of the Grand Canyon. Like, we were talking about the moon landings. Like, well, if the moon landing's fake, that's thousands of people have followed along, and it's how, and no one's talked in 50 years or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like reality is what you perceive it, You mentioned fat people, and I thought that fat people was kind of like, it's kind of the weirdest sickness, because it's in the deepest meaning of the phrase, people are really like, victims of their own success.
Yeah, well, they're pushing that as well. There's fat shaming, and they want, cosmopolitan and all this, like, this is healthy, and it's like they're going to probably die from diabetes in 3 years, and they're trying to make morbidly obese. Because when I was at my height, I was 110 kilometers. No, 110 kilos.
Kilometers.
Yeah, I was 110 kilometers. That I was this wide. Medically, I was obese, because I think that just these people that are 400 pounds or whatever it is in kilograms, they're morbidly obese. And you don't know what the pain, but yeah, if you decide to change and lose weight, change your diet and exercise, you can change in a year. Like, there are a lot of people that put on a lot of weight and have lost it. And the people that lose weight now, that show off, like, I've lost 200 pounds and I can stand in my pant leg that I used to be, type thing, they get attacked because they're shaming other fat people. That's the crappy mentality of is that part of the awakening where oh, look, that person's dealing with their shit and they're becoming a better person, and I'm not, and I'm angry, so I'm going to be angry at them. I'm projecting my own anger because they're a type of mirror. It's not an actual mirror.
So what you're saying is you've got the hots for Ensign Tilly.
No.
I mean, more cushion for the pushing. I mean,
oh yeah, more grip.
Yeah. There's like, all body types have their advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
You gotta play the hand you were dealt.
Exactly. Now, to finish my little thought on Star Trek Discovery, you can't have stupid filler episodes in the 13-episode season, and 4 of the episodes in this 13-episode season were fucking filler episodes that had nothing to do with the greater story arc, which is the failure of all the Star Trek series, where they put in stupid filler episodes that don't provide a story arc.
Yeah. That happened when they were making 26 episodes a year, and that's like, when did they start going to, like, there was that change in television where you wanted a story arc through the whole season, but back in those days it was episodic. There was hardly any
every series was 26 episodes a year.
What did you think of the Captain Pike character?
I loved the Captain Pike character, the way he took over the spacesuit, the time travel crystals. I thought that was outstanding storyline, and the way they introduced Spock was great. The crew transfers, great. That was Star Trek.
Yeah. So have you heard about Strange New Worlds?
Is it a reality or is it just talk?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's in reality. I'm pretty like 2021 or 2.
Is that
yeah, it's supposed to, it's spin-off. It's for sure a spin-off because of success.
As far as I know, there are no Star Treks in production.
Oh, really?
Well, there is one, because the Emperor from the other alternative reality, she went through that wormhole thingy, which is a callback to the original series. She was actually sent back in time if you remember. Like, so there was a hint of Section 31 or something. So they may have a show with her. I can't remember the name, but the Asian actress.
Right.
I can't remember, but yeah, I think they were trying to do that, like Disney, because I'm wondering, is Lucasfilm going to change their name to Lucas Television because they suck at making films, but they seem to they seem to be doing well with TV, and like in the last last month. Disney announced we're making 10 seasons, 10 different TV shows for Star Wars. Like, all right. Good luck with that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with I like all the sci-fi things. Like I'll take all the sci-fi I can get. I watch most of it. So like I was I told Howard, I was like if she says let's fly again in the new season, like I'm done with Discovery. And then he's like, no, you're not. And I was like, you're right.
I'm watching it, but it's just watching it once. So I'll probably buy. I haven't bought any, but after watching The Last Jedi, I thought, no, I'm watching Star Trek, and so I watched from '66 to 2005. It took a while, but I watched all of it. And some of the stuff where, like, The Next Generation, I didn't get into the original series, but I can appreciate it, and I'll probably watch it again. But The Next Generation, after season 2, that's when their writing really picked up. And just the ideals that Roddenberry had of humanity being greater and working together and being nice, that had great stories. There was emotional impacts and everything else like that. With the new stuff, like, did you see any of the Lower Decks show?
Oh, yeah. That was great. I liked how it was little self-contained episodes, just like the old TNG era.
Yeah, I by the 4th episode, I dispute that it's a comedy because I didn't laugh once. It was just
really?
It was I didn't connect with it. It was too street talk. Because Next Generation, they spoke like they were in the 23rd century, and then you watch Lower Decks and they're talking like they are now.
Right, but I think that's because they're like their whole bit is that they're not the best and the brightest. They're the B team, they're second contact, but I found I like the cartoon. I think they're trying to get on the heels of the Orville. You seen the Orville?
Oh, great series. So I just looked up real quick. There's no release date, and everything that indicates here it's not even in production yet.
Oh,
well, yeah, there's a small lockdown happening on the planet, so the entertainment industry is freaking out. And if you've seen Wonder Woman 84, you can see, like, because nothing's been released, everyone focused in on that, and it's such a terrible movie. It's backfired. And of course, Hollywood, you fail upwards, so they're making a third one.
Oh my goodness. The DC universe is just like, ugh. It's just...
Well, the live action one is, but I've been watching a lot of the animated stuff, and they get it right. And just discover that universe, the direct to video stuff, the apocalypse. They just finished their continuity where all 15 films are all connected, and cool. it's joyful. Yeah, you've watched some. You might watch them all, haven't you, Andrew?
Yeah, because the DC universe, like, they can't have any continuity because they keep fucking it up and having to, like, recast the characters. So there's, like, no universe continuity like you're wanting, like that you have in the Marvel universe, all that cohesion. There's, like, none of it. It's just this hodgepodge. And you're like, there's a multiverse or something. DC.
Yeah, well, an example of that is they didn't have a plan. They were trying to catch up to Marvel with the Avengers. And why did the third film was Justice League? And well, no, you need to introduce all the characters and then they come together. They should have done that way. Why have Aquaman after Justice League? Because it messes up the continuity, because it's like, well, hang on. So is that another timeline? And that's the thing I hate about things like even Doctor Who's done this, where they're changing the retcon stuff instead of like the original up until Enterprise, and then the time travel thing kicked in, which branched out. But from Shatner and Nimoy right through the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and I think the first 2 seasons of Enterprise, that's all one story. like your life. And it's not like Hamlet, where Hamlet's just the same thing, but you can see 400 different versions of it. That's cool. And Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman, because they're 70, 80 years old. There are so many different timelines. But what made me happy was like the Doctor, because the Doctor is almost an immortal being. You have a through line. It's the whole history of the show up until a certain point, and then it got retconned. It's like, oh no, there's all this other stuff, and it's like, well, who cares? Because if the Doctor's immortal, they'll never die, so why should I care if the Doctor's in a precarious situation?
So one of the other reasons DCU is not being successful at creating any form of long-term story arc is they're not securing the actors 5-9 years in advance. Yeah, and until they do that, there will be no continuity.
Yeah. See, I love the show Gotham, which is its own little pocket universe. Right. Where you get to a point where you have to, where if you actually have the timeline of when Batman was created in 1938 or something, Batman today would be dead. Like Bruce Wayne would be dead. Yeah. There's no way Bruce Wayne would be alive. Superman and Wonder Woman will be.
Bruce Wayne would be a MAGA guy.
or Damien, his son, and all that, that type of thing. So you have to sort of reboot things and all that type of stuff.
Bruce Wayne is cute. Bruce Wayne is cute.
Well, I didn't mind Batman Beyond. That kind of worked. Yeah. But it's with Gotham, I don't know if anyone's thought the idea, and they probably won't do it, but they could actually start as the cast gets older, they could start doing movies from the Gotham universe. Or from
yes.
Because I can't remember the name of the actor who played Bruce Wayne. I think he's mid-20s. You just give it 5 years. Could actually, because it's a pet peeve. Andrew and I agree, where I do not need to see Thomas and Martha Wayne being fucking killed again. Because
do not need to see it again. Nor do I need Spider-Man to see fucking Uncle Ben die again.
Yeah, see, that was the good thing about Marvel is they brought in Spider-Man finally because they had a deal with Sony, but it was 6 months after all of that. Because how many Spider-Man films?
8,
like in the last
9. No, sorry, 9.
Yeah, there's been 9 Spider-Man films in 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, wow.
I mean, I'm upset that they're rebooting Battlestar Galactica because that's only a decade ago. But Spider-Man, there's 3 different versions of it. I mean, they even released a movie into the multiverse. It's a good film and it makes sense.
Yeah, it is.
But it's got to that point where it's like, another Spider-Man film. Okay.
I do like
Gotham. You don't have to do any of that.
The concept of Spider-Man, like, I really enjoy that concept. Like, I've had 12 times more dreams like swinging through a city with fucking Spider-Man ropes than I have had dreams flying around being Superman. You know what I mean? Just seems way more fun. The swinging motion just seems more cool than just floating and moving.
I remember having a lucid dream of being a Jedi. I think it could have been connected to the Orion Wars, where it was a bleed through from a past life or something. But it was like, oh, cool,
cutting down lizards.
It's the interesting thing where it was a dream where I was watching myself. It's not when you actually have a dream where you've got your perceptions from the eyes. It's you're outside of the scene.
Third person,
yeah. That's fun. Like try to dream theory. Well, I had a dream. Well, that could be 17 different things.
Well, brother, thanks a lot for calling in. We're going to move on to the next caller.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for talking to me. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Yes.
Robert, let's spin up the wheel of callers and see who is next.
All righty, Krista Massey.
Krista Massey, are you there?
Still muted.
Krista,
hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, where are you calling from?
I'm in Napa, California.
Napa, California. Welcome to the show. Are we making you laugh?
Always.
What are you laughing about?
Well, she's in California.
Well, I really can't hang with the comics. I can definitely try to grapple onto it. But what is the deal with Breatharians.
Dumb.
Oh, so we got ourselves a breather.
I think
Go ahead.
The body can survive without food and water for a long period of time. But what happens when you don't, have air?
right. Okay. Taking it a different way. Yeah.
I'm doing that on purpose, inversing the process. So if you don't have any food or water, what happens? You die.
Right.
And I think,
Right.
is it a link back to what millions of years ago where you could self-sustain your own energy, but you're in a human avatar and it needs water and food as well for nutrients and everything else like that. So if you go around breathing, you can do it for a little bit, but what is it, 3 days? What's the, if you don't have food in 2 weeks, you die, but if you don't have water in 3 days or
No,
something,
you can go food up to 60 days without food. It's all about how much muscle you have on you. But 4 to 6 days without water in a standard environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you, depending on your muscle, well, that's technically food because you're eating yourself.
Right. That's what I'm saying. How much muscle and fat you have on yourself will determine how long you can survive. That's why I'm saying the Daco death camp people were getting about 10 to 18 grams of protein a day.
Right.
And that put them into starvation mode.
Right. Right. One more topic. Help me with Dark Side of Oz.
Dark Side of Oz. What about that?
With Pink Floyd, synchronistically.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You want to take that, Monty?
Well, it's you can actually play Dark Side of the Moon to the Wizard of Oz, and there's a lot of synchronicities going on. And I think it's just a happy coincidence because the band would not spend so much time writing all that to that film. But I mean, who was the first person? How high were they? It's like, I know, let's put on Dark Side of the Moon while watching it, and then realize you can do it with anything though. Thrash metal works really well with motorsport. There's just because you see the patterns and everything else like that. I call it the game of It Fits, where I used to get stoned and just put on music and watch television, and you try and find the synchronicities between both. But that one seems to be a higher level. I think it's just a happy coincidence of creation, where the lunatics on the grass is where Scarecrow's dancing in the field, and so it's just one of those freaky, awesome things about. From creation, the prime creator writes good jokes. Writes the best jokes, and then sometimes have a freaky thing of let's put on Dark Side of the Moon to Wizard of Oz
while you're tripping.
While you're tripping. To make it a bit easier, so the logical side of things doesn't get in the way. Because I remember watching it once, going, okay, but if you're in the right frame of mind, where you're your suspension of disbelief.
Suspension of disbelief, yep.
Yeah, if you can get into that where the logical mind is a little bit, the confines of the logical mind's gone, it does work. I get there's probably an element of you're making shit up as well, which is totally fine because you're using your imagination, but it's fantastic to watch if you're interested. So I'm just going to go with freaky prime creator shit.
Do you have anything funny for us? Because this is a comedy show. This is not meant to be a serious question show. As she goes silent.
Well played, madam. Well played.
I think we lost her.
All right, let's move on to the next caller.
All right, Sean.
Sean, are you there?
Ooh, which Sean?
Yes, I'm here.
Sean, how you doing?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you.
Great. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from just outside Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Have you had yourself a Philly sub lately?
Does having a Philadelphia subterranean count?
No.
Right. Well, then no.
How could you not have had a Philly sub lately living in Philly?
because I was hunting a subterranean.
Yeah, you don't want to be in those tunnels and have gas.
Well, 2020 hindsight, right? Let me just light this match and see what I'm doing. What?
Yeah. Do you smell gas?
First off, hey, Andrew and Monty, thank you so much for putting your energy and this effort and play and work into our sphere and the world right now.
You are welcome.
You're welcome, but we do it for ourselves. Let's be honest. Like, the only thing we've done is allowed you to listen to our conversations because we can do this by ourselves.
It still
while
counts.
we do.
So have we made you spit out a drink yet?
Well, I'm coming off. I got really intensely charged. That's why I showed up to the show late. I was going on a power walk to work it off. But yesterday's show was sublime and got us all tearing up. It was the perfect way to like reboot.
Yeah. A lot of people saying that in the chat where it's a breath of fresh air and just the energy of it. It was it was awesome. Like Andrew usually gets me on for 5-10 minutes, 50 minutes later, okay, let's wrap up. We did that a couple of days, a couple of shows as well where we nearly went for an hour.
Hey, Monty, your monkey looking two different ways was hilarious.
Yes, that meme was very good.
Oh yeah, the quantum meme. Yeah, that's that's high. See, that's the joy of memes and comedy. My friend Melissa, who does quantum physics healing, apparently now will just see that image when she's working on patients. Like, look at it, don't look at it, don't look at it.
Look at it, don't look at it. Look at it, don't look at it. Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Also, a point of order. How much potty mouth am I allowed?
You're allowed to have a lot of potty mouth. Shit, fuck,
Yes!
motherfucker.
Yeah, but natural, not punctuation.
I'll just
don't go Australian on us. I know a guy that actually would start every sentence he would say with fucking, even if he said, he would say fucking cats. He would,
Sure.
It was like he would announce just I'm speaking by just going fucking hate that. Said it twice.
It's a trope. Osho did a whole presentation on the word fuck.
Well, apparently Nicolas Cage on Netflix has got the history of swearing, and apparently it's hilarious. So
yes, I watched the first episode on fuck yesterday. There's 6 episodes on all the different swear words, or 7 episodes. They're all 20 minutes long. Outstanding to watch.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Not for the kids.
Well, as many people here know, I use the C word a lot, which thoroughly upsets my European listeners as their butts and sphincters pucker. Oh no, he said it.
Yeah, well, that also is used in Australian. Some Australian speak as punctuation, and it could be a term of endearment. G'day, cunt. Now, what the history of that is fascinating because I did see someone say that thousands of years ago it was actually a beautiful word for the feminine witch type, shamanistic type thing, but it slowly just turned into an offensive. Because I was watching a documentary about King James and his wacky version of the Bible. And it just in the middle of this, it was like, okay, they're talking about this, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden, a witch can be shown by the mark on her breast or a cunt. And like, well, all right, just let's drop the word in properly there.
Gives new meaning to the phrase "holy cunt."
Yeah, but it wouldn't surprise me the way that everything's inversed and stuff like that. So
somebody in the chat room was like, "We Europeans don't swear." No, but you take special offense to the cunt word.
Yeah, that's why it's the C word.
Yes.
For America, it's the N word. And what I find fascinating, every time I say word, you're thinking it. That's the power I have. So N word, oh bang.
Hey, so I had a joke come back from memory in the chat, and it's like a joke, not a joke. Like,
Enlighten us with your joke, non-joke.
it came to me a couple of years ago, just from reading online, and it was like, Ringo did this tell-all like a few years ago where he confessed that Paul McCartney died in the 60s, and then like they asked Paul about it at a press conference, and he said, I'm not dead.
No matter what that song says.
Yes, Paul McCartney.
Yeah. It's so funny, like in conspiracy world, Travis Stock wrote all the songs. So they're still good songs. What's the problem here? I mean, the spell's probably being is missed away, but we've still got great songs that I can listen to. Mind you, I listen to Slayer, Creator, Sepultura, and then Pink Floyd, the Beatles, and Lily Allen. My neighbors think I'm insane, but good songwriting's good songwriting. Just saying.
True. And this isn't really funny, but I just started watching Babylon 5, and holy crap.
And to think that show came out in the early 90s.
I know.
Yes.
I've been meaning to watch it ever since, and I just couldn't. And I finally got a binge watched through halfway through season 2. And no wonder it had such a strong fan base.
Right, because it had a story arc. Back then, Star Trek, The Next Generation had zero story arc, and Deep Space shithole of a show. All it had was fucking holodeck errors and fucking Quark's drinking issues. Okay, and then finally they lost ratings so bad to Babylon 5, they said maybe we need a story arc.
Yeah, what I like about Babylon 5 is it's a simple writing trick. Even J.R. Tolkien did the same thing, because in Babylon 5, like Babylon 1 did this, Babylon 2 was blown up, Babylon 3 was destroyed, Babylon 4 disappeared, and that's all you hear about. That's it. 4, it just disappeared. And this is 5. In Lord of the Rings, there's the wizards, the green, the brown, the white, the grey, and 2 wizards who disappeared. There's like one sentence. Yeah, 2 blue. There are 2 blue ones.
So the cool thing with Babylon 5, you have to look up J. Michael Straczynski.
Yeah.
Fabulous writer. And when they gave him the role to run that, he said, I'm going to do a 5-season story arc. And that's what he did. And he blew everyone away with the writing. And then you had character actors like Andrea Katsoulis, who's the best character ever when it comes to showing them. And then Jan Lando and all those other incredible, powerful character actors. Yeah.
They got Flounder from Animal House.
Yep.
I'll have to watch it again. That's the fun part about having awesome TV shows. You can watch it. Like, I need to probably another 2-3 years I'll watch Battlestar Galactica again, the reimagining one, because that's 5. It's the type of it's you got a good story where you have to watch it again. You watch the story to unfold, and then you watch it again, and you get extra bits of that's happening there, that's happening there.
Yeah,
that's that when you can rewatch a story and still enjoy it, that's good writing.
Yeah, I was agreeing it was brilliant. Did you also watch Caprica?
I didn't like Caprica.
Okay.
It was too slow.
Yeah, it was too slow, and the main character that they had on it, they brought her out in the Wizard of Oz movie, and she suddenly was a superstar that wasn't very good.
Right.
Yeah, and then because they got cancelled before the end of the series, so they were lucky enough to do the bridging, like the montage at the end, where they condensed season 2 into 5 minutes.
Right.
And like, season 2 looked awesome, but they stretched it. It took too long to unfold, where it could have been just 1 or 2 seasons to get to the point of the start of the first Cylon War. but it just stretched out, and I'll still probably buy it so I can watch it because it doesn't take away from Battlestar. It's like dare I say Rogue One. You don't have to watch it, but if you want to watch a movie about that first paragraph in the Star Wars crawl, there is a movie for you. It's like, oh, I wonder what that's like. You watch it, and if you like it, cool. If you don't watch it ever again. Mm-hmm. So it's an add-on. It's not like they change anything or take away from the main story. It's for people that want a little bit more. And that's the problem with Disney Star Wars, where they're coming from it's a cash grab, and they're just pumping out all this stuff, and the story's being diluted and spread out. And
Mandalorian, I thought was amazing.
It was, and it's going to keep on doing good.
Yeah, that was okay. Maybe because I'm against the original trilogy, where it's such a high benchmark. It's not the same, but we've had crap for 8 years. It's brilliant for Disney Star Wars. However, Star Wars, it's a whole galaxy, so it can be anything. The thing about the sequel trilogy that I hate is the spirituality is missing. And they think they don't realize, like George Lucas actually said, to make a good story, it's the psychological underpinnings, and that's where the whole thing it's spiritual based, and then everything else revolves around it. Like Luke and Vader and Anakin and like the prequels, the whole Clone War is a false flag, so Palpatine can take power.
Exactly.
And it's just fascinating stuff like that. But then, you've got Rey, who apparently can do everything.
Including compromise.
Super Rey. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's no time jump between Force Awakens and Last Jedi. There's a year from Jedi to Rise of the shit. But she can do all this stuff without any training, without even knowing stuff. And it's that everyone wins, everyone gets an award for participating angle. And that's the good thing about The Mandalorian. You can see Favreau and Filoni have brought in stuff like Ahsoka said about Grogu, Jedis need to train and have focus for 15 years. It's like towards Rey, where I'm super because I can do everything. I'm a girl.
Where's my trophy?
Yeah, hello.
This trophy's not big enough.
Yeah, God, you suck. And of course, yeah, I love how I get called sexist and a bigot because I think a script is written badly. I didn't realize scripts had gender, but 2021,
Speaking of like sex balancing and spirituality, I thought Golden Compass was amazing, but I didn't see it until after it was already no more sequels. And I thought it was as powerful spiritually as Star Wars.
It was because it was.
Yeah,
and the reason Golden Compass failed is because the studio fought about what they were going to do and how much they were going to pay everyone.
Right.
Yeah. Remember good storytelling?
Something that doesn't exist in Hollywood.
No, they keep bringing it back. I watched the first season of Dark Crystal: Age of Rebellion, I think it was called. That was brilliant, but it cost way too much money. And that's why they're not doing a second one. It's like even if it's a movie, you need to connect it from the series to the movie. There's still a bit missing in between. And the movie as well, it's only 90 minutes long and it just moves. It's bang, 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 bang. And you don't get bored. And like watching a latest Doctor Who episode, I'm like, la, la, because it's all this filler and slowed down crap. That's the thing where storytelling... Movies are losing their not importance, but you can tell a story in a movie, but people want so much more that, we'll stretch this out to 13 episodes. And if it's bad storytelling, you get filler episodes or pointless stuff where okay, why did they go there? Nothing happened.
All right. And somebody mentioned John Carter too. It's another brilliant movie.
I like that. I enjoyed it. Apparently it's a flop, but
because it was too good.
Yeah, but that's people liked Lost, but then people hated Lost for the way it ended, and I'm like,
So
well,
what was wrong with John Carter? It wasn't enough of a kids movie and had too many adult perceptions in it. And that's what gave everyone the confusion. What is it? Is it a kids movie? Can I take my kids to it or not? And a lot of parents took their kids like, oh fuck, I don't want them to see this shit.
yeah. And me, who is a big kid, I enjoyed it. Well, I remember watching Aladdin, the animated movie with Robin Williams, and it was my late teens. And me and my brother went to see it, and we were laughing all the way through. But we could see kids laughing at the kids' jokes and adults laughing at the adults' jokes.
Exactly.
That's a good show. A good movie, kids' movie is when there's enough adult content there, so the parents aren't bored as crap.
Right, and are being pissed off they spent $100 to bring their kids there.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And that's sort of the defense of Star Wars is for kids. Yeah, it's your inner child. Your inner child doesn't grow up. And who wants to be an adult anyway, especially in this reality? It sucks. I'm tired of you wake up, oh crap, what do I have to eat? Like sometimes you need your mum. Just give me food.
Sometimes everybody needs their mom, including mom.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
even moms need their mom.
Yeah, there's like a lineage all the way through. I think also, I don't know if it's the God spark in me where it's like, yeah, we have to eat again. Fuck this routine. Can't I just be?
God needs his or her mom.
God just needs a booby.
Yeah. Here's a question for you. Who is the grandfather of Jesus Christ?
Booby theater.
Who is the grandfather of Jesus Christ? Those are one of those answers you're not going to get from a Christian.
I'm traveling Jesus.
God. Uh-huh.
My comedic shit stirring element of me is like, I want Jesus to come back just to shut most of them up. Look, I'm an example, you fucking idiots. I'm not your Lord.
Why the fuck are you doing this drink my blood shit? I said that.
What are you guys, vampires?
What are you doing to my altar boys?
On the KKK, we hate blacks, we hate Jews, but we believe in Jesus Christ. What, the dark-skinned Palestinian chap who was Jewish.
Exactly. So, all right, brother. Thanks a lot for calling in, Sean.
Thanks so much for having me. I love you guys.
Thank you.
All right, Monty, let's call it an end to the show today. We have had a tremendous amount of laughs. We touched into a lot of people, and we will be back not this coming Friday, but the next Friday. And we will be back this coming Tuesday. I will be on an air with Martina Grubmuller. So this, guys, everyone let you know, we have changed our show schedules. We will not be doing 10 shows a month anymore. That was a little too much. We're moving down to 6 shows a month. So every other Tuesday, we will do a show. And then every other Thursday, Friday, we do a show. So back-to-back shows, Thursday, Friday, every other Thursday, Fridays. And every other Tuesdays, we will be having our show. So, Monty, why don't you give a way for people to get a hold of you?
I am on the YouTube, Wafer Thin Entertainment. I have my weekly roundtable on Revolution Radio. And so if it's 2 a.m. Wednesdays mornings on New York, Washington time. So if you miss it, it is archived on the YouTube channel. If you like a good meme, I can be found on Instagram at monty.dean. And I'm on Facebook as well. I think that's all. And Twitter, while it's still there, at Real Monty Dean. So I just share thoughts, and I'm memeing up. I'm a memeologist now. I also can be seen at my local shopping center or mall, and I'm not appearing on public transport anymore because I have a car.
Wonderful. And you guys know how to get to me. Go to my website, andrewbartzis.com. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and all those other places. All right, Robert, take us away.
Each different bubble of reality is true.
A galactic historian is a person that looks at all the lines of dramatic karma.
Nudge, nudge, it's the holy grail.
Improvise. Mysterious.
It's counter psychic intelligence.
Why is DNA farming of this star cluster so important?
Because we do manifest our reality. We do create our reality.
Hello, let's create, let's co-create, and let's change this world with love. No matter if you're from Alpha Centauri or Earth, we all began with the same birthing process. We live in a limited point of view. Living the mystical life daily is about striving for the unlimited point of view. Each day, each human being gets an infinite amount of choices. Living the mystical life daily is about facing obstacles and challenges. The level of awareness that you are working at means you have a responsibility to be equal with it. How does one truly let go of expectation? You can make the moment that you wake up to the moment you go to sleep sacred. The keys to success: choice, 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 and choice.